Okay. Looking good so far. I feel like I've forgotten something. All right, Derp. I forgot to bring my phone with me so I can keep an eye on this, or at least attempt to keep an eye on the stream and the chat better while I've got the game going.
Nice.
Well, this stream is off to a stellar start.
You don't need your phone.
Shush you.
Aww. It's just when I was gonna be telling fun stories about my time visiting the mall.
Don't you even dare.
Hey, you'd be amazed how many malls you can visit in a day. Especially during that fun time of the year.
I know exactly where you're going with this. Absolutely not. Right. Well, this is an awkward start, but I shall be right back because I done goofed because I'm a dummy.
Huggles. Oh.
I've done this before, I swear. So, yeah. With that awkward start aside, we are back. It's time again, once again, for Phoenix Wright.
Indeed, and nickname just dropped an interesting slime girl.
It looks like a mix between cat
And slime, yeah.
and bunny. I think those are bunny ears on the top of the head.
Actually, yeah, those do look like bunny ears.
I mean, they're cut off, but yeah. I don't think that's both. Those are bunny ears.
Yeah. But still illegal for Satoshi.
Not he will have.
As soon as you say that, now my guy back to the thing, scrolling to look at the thing.
Actually, wait. He still has the bucket slime.
Well, it's illegal now.
Oh, actually, yeah, you still do have that, so yeah, illegal, so you must go dump your slime out.
No! I must razor. It will be an adorable munchkin.
As
And
long as
only-
it should-
Do we trust some Satoshi with raising a very, oh, what's the term,
Hey, Satoshi doesn't even raise his own kids, let's face it. Sooner and Babbitt are doing
Oh,
that.
Jesus!
fair, Satoshi
You're
is sort of the deadbeat mom-dad.
You're making assumptions. What the fuck do you mean, deadbeat?
But, let's continue.
Yeah. I don't want to sit here at the opening at the opening title screen all day.
Yeah, and I'm pretty sure that no one wants to hear the history of my character.
Besides, we're
Oh god, I forgot we were still in the trial.
Yep, this is the first trial that had to be split into two parts. So yeah, we still got the second half of the first trial to get done.
Ah, fuck, I forgot that was a thing.
So yeah, if we're gonna be going for the minimum 2 parts today, it's probably gonna be the second half of the first trial and the next investigation. Then next stream will be both halves of the next trial. Which means we might have to try and go extra early for the last one, which will be which should be the last investigation and both parts of the final trial.
The way I see this, just gather early for anime then, because I like doing it before, because it gets me in the mood.
To me. Who's on?
This was one of Scorpio's.
Yeah. Mr. Wright?
Huh? What?
Kyle's always like this with you? Like you swimming up from the bottom of a lake about to reach the surface and then dragged down by tentacles? But no matter how much hard you paddled, you never seem to get there.
More or less, yeah. Pretty much. Except today we're swimming in quicksand. So what happened to your sister anyway?
Apparently she got called off to the judge's chambers.
I forgot I was the murder suspect again!
I mean, it's always nickname.
Why are you always killing yourself?
Or
And
killing
framing
other people.
yourself?
I have no idea.
That just
I mean,
seems
at
to be
this point in
how
time, we
things
should
are
just
going.
be locking away nickname.
Who knows? Maybe if we get lucky when we get to the second game, that might get a chance to shift a bit. Though not for Maya. I mean, seriously, it swears like every single time we see Maya, someone's trying to frame her for murder. Like,
Feel that one short, like yes. Like, getting framed for murder at times is a stunning amount of... Yes. We'll see if I get murdered or murder more.
yes, we still have a lot left to go for here. Probably something to do with that piece of cloth.
Oh, this is where we turned this trial around, right? Our only weapon, a tiny insignificant piece of cloth.
I'm the one who's starting to feel tiny and insignificant, to tell the truth.
Hola, partner. I say you show a red cloth to a bowl to fire off the tent. That's what they told me when I was a young'un, at least.
Mr. Marshall,
Thought I'd come take a look, see how the trial's going. Like I'm late. They've got the home ranch locked down tighter than a fort in enemy country territory.
That hard to slip out, huh? What's going on over there anyway? All the police have seen these last 2 days have been really on edge.
Don't you got enough on your plate without worrying about other people, compadre? You could be worrying about the chief prosecutor's taste in mufflers, for example.
Officer Marshall? The whole muffler thing didn't have anything to do with scarves. So she wasn't even wearing a scarf.
You don't say. Now don't that just be it all? I've seen the red breeze blow at her slender neck many a time. I saw it that day too. She was wearing a red muffler.
What?
At the rewards ceremony that afternoon, Edgeworth seen it too, I'd reckon.
What does that mean? In the photograph taken at the crime scene, she wasn't wearing a scarf.
So, Miss Star wasn't mistaken?
Well, it's about time. Remember, partner, that sometimes you gotta grab the bull by the horn. And sometimes you just gotta let that bull go over where it will. Time will tell.
I have a bad feeling about this.
So, what are we swimming in now, Mr. Wright?
Wet cement. If it's steak sauce, I can hook you up with some fine ribs. Oh, wait.
Now, I know some people might not agree with this, but I don't think I've ever had steak sauce before.
Seriously?
Mm-hmm.
Not even A1?
Nope. I've always, every time I've had a steak, I've just had it straight.
That's a choice.
I've never tried steak sauce, A1 or any other variety.
Now that I think about it, I can't say the same about trying.
Swear when I meet you two motherfuckers again, you're gonna try something.
I mean, if the steak is done well enough, you don't need any sauce because it's just so juicy and perfect on its own.
Yeah. But steak sauce is meant to help add to it.
I guess that's where we get to the center of the debate is, yeah. If you got a steak that's not been done quite well, it could probably definitely use some kind of a boost. But if you got that one steak that's been made just perfectly, just cooked to that perfect medium, just that where it's not tough, it's not overly chewy, it's not overcooked, it's got that juiciness that just fills your mouth when you start tearing into it. And I should probably stop talking about food because I could get carried away with this because I can be a bit of a foodie at times.
You know your inner Gwen is showing, right?
Where do you think Gwen came from?
Look,
At least she's not the hangry one from 100 GF.
That's true. That is very true. And look, I'm a bit of a foodie too, like Nay, because like I also knew the food channel she watches, because I'm like, that one. Which we apparently found out a lot about me, that I do a lot of that stuff.
I mean, yeah, I mean, for like traditional food channels, can't go wrong with Good Eats, Salt and Brown, one of the best.
Mm-hmm.
And as far as like YouTube channels, my go-to,
Guga.
especially for steak, has got to be Guga Foods.
Exactly, Guga is the way to go.
Oh, oh my goodness! I think Carl likes me watching Guga because it kind of makes him jealous. But
There's a moment I want to say at that point, it's get good, but at the same time, I do not want a water bottle thrown at me in November.
You mean, you know you're already going to be getting a water bottle.
He threatened me with a water bottle last time we were there. I'm pretty sure that same water bottle is still ready and primed.
At least this time, consider yourself lucky. The water bottle was empty. Now the question is, do you want to push the buttons to make it so it's going to be full?
I mean, at that point, it might be upgraded to a harder plastic instead of a soft plastic.
No. No need to do that. Freeze it. That way, once you're done, you got a cold compress to hold against your head. Multitasking. Anywho.
I forgot we were still in part 2. In a part 6 case.
I'd like to resume.
What's up? The judge keeps looking over at the prosecution.
Is something wrong, Mr. Edgeworth? Your face is blue, your lips are purple, you're sweating bullets. That furrowed brow, those grinding teeth, those watery eyes. What's more, your eyes are unfocused. You're doubled over and...
Back is bent.
It can't be. This can't happen.
I wonder what happened to Mr. Edgeworth.
Well, then I believe it is time we continue this trial. During our recess, I have requested that prosecute.
This is unacceptable.
It seems our prosecutor is quite beside himself. Who's this?
Good question.
Give me a
Probably
sec.
nickname.
I'd like to resume.
I mean, I could, but I need to know what voice I'm doing if it is.
You are doing nickname because nickname is now on trial.
What are you afraid?
I always seem to be on trial.
True, but now it's you, the literal you.
At least I'm not murdered this time.
Okay, it's a Damon Gant.
Who's that again?
That would be you, Orsk.
Is this one I voiced already?
This is the new one. Hang on, let's see if we can pull a picture.
I'm on it. Look, I have nothing to do. I might as well do this. This dude.
Oh. Okay, how am I gonna want to voice this guy? Excuse me. Knock, knock. Who's there?
What's with this guy? Strange stuffy aura seems to be filling the courtroom.
Hey, the temperature rose 5.7 degrees, but the man came in here.
Who on earth is he?
It's you.
There's supposed to be a text. Oh, that lump.
Oh. Sorry, I'm late, Ed. Oh, gee. The roads were packed. It's just me. Long time no see, A-O-G. Oh, how you been? Swim much these days? Oh, hello. No, I've been so busy. Busy, schmizzy, OG. My boy, you have to make kinda relax. Yes, indeed.
Haji seems to be his nickname for the judge.
I'm afraid you're right. Very afraid. Sorry, but who are you?
So you're right, oh dear. Yeah, I heard good things about you, son.
Thanks?
So sorry about our little Worthy giving you all that trouble, eh? You know we should all go swimming together sometime. Jolly good.
Little Worthy?
Mr. Wright. You don't know the district chief of police?
Chief of police?
He's the top-ranking police officer in the entire district. Name's Gaunt. Damon Gaunt. Pleased to meet everyone. So, to what do we owe this honor today? Been over 2 years since you last came to this courtroom, hasn't it? Well, it's Worthy here. Look at the poor fellow. I just thought I'd help out by bringing this.
Hey, that's...
Sister's muffler!
So Miss Star wasn't just seeing things. When the crime occurred, Miss Sky really was wearing that muffler.
I think that was stuffed into that exhaust pipe. On little Worthy's car, no less. It's really quite embarrassing even for us. But what's this? It's what you'd call a switchblade knife. Quite perplexing, this.
Chief, what kind of outfit are you running?
Mr. Edgeworth.
How could they miss such a vital piece of evidence? If your investigators are this lax, how do you expect us to do our job?
Now, wait a minute, Worthy.
I've no desire to hear your excuses.
I'm telling you to wait, or didn't you hear me? Have a look at this document where it says person in charge of investigation. There's no mistaking that signature, is there? Miles Edgeworth.
That's not fair. On the day of the crime, I had...
Your head in the clouds because you got that award. I know how you feel. But you're the person in charge. I'd expect a written apology.
What? Are you serious?
Don't be too upset. We'll find a way to clean up this mess that you made.
First time I've seen Mr. Edgeworth at a loss for words. I gotta write this down.
This kind of major blunder is unlike you, Mr. Edgeworth. Court accepts this new evidence. But I'd like to ask the defense a favor first.
Yes?
Just to be sure. I'd like to take a look at the blade of this knife.
The blade, Your Honor? Well, I don't see why not.
Could you open it up for me, I wonder?
Yes, well, I think all you have to do is push that switch and...
If I cut my finger, Mr. Wright, I wouldn't be able to pound my gavel anymore.
Yeah, but if I cut my finger, I wouldn't be able to point it at people anymore.
I mean, you got the middle finger. Come on, just hurry up and open it. There's a small tag on the knife.
It seems to say SL92.
What does that mean?
Well, I've heard something similar. DL6 of DL6 incident fame.
But it's strange.
Huh? What is?
I'm not certain, but I get the feeling I've seen that this somewhere before. Letters like this, or letters that looked a lot like this, somehow.
Looks like fingerprints.
Does look like that.
I don't think it'll let you cook it unless the thing lights up.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I assume we need to look at the button.
Don't scare me like that!
I'm the one who's scared.
Look at this knife blade, the tip is broken off.
And this dark red stain. Blood? This does not excuse the actions of the police department. I would like to hear an explanation from the chief of police himself.
I'm terribly sorry, but could I ask you to testify for us about the split between the prosecutors and the police and this knife? Sure thing. Not a problem. Not even a little one, really. This knife is special, but I can't say how we're here. Unless there's evidence to prove a connection between this knife and Goodman. That was a bad day for the department. We weren't in any shape to do an investigation. The detective was killed at the police department. See, what a mess. Time of the crime, 5:15. Scary coincidence, eh? It's not officially linked to this here case, so I can't talk much about it. There was a murder at the police department. A detective. That's hush-hush information. Gee, we haven't exactly announced it yet.
You technically did.
Wait a second. You said 5:15? That's the exact time that Detective Goodman was killed at the prosecutor's office. Order.
Anyway, we at the department here were all flustered, as we might as well assume. We're in the middle of a top secret investigation. Don't tell anyone, okay? Think we'll understand the police department situation. Well, Mr. Wright?
2 detectives killed at the same time in 2 different places. slices.
Pieces of that are really slim, scientifically speaking, of course.
I'd like to exercise my right to cross-examine the witness.
Very well, however. Keep your questions focused on the case at hand.
Whew. Excuse me, special?
Mm-hmm. Hard to come by this particular knife anywhere else.
Might that special thing be this little tag?
Oh, sorry, righto, but I can't say that now. No, that.
We've established that the knife in Goodsman's chest was this knife. Now, why was there another knife at the scene of the crime?
That's quite a mystery. And like a mystery, it's wrapped inside something. A muffler.
This knife was found on the scene of our crime. I think that makes it connected to the case, don't you?
See, there's a lot of things that go on at the department I cannot explain. It's delicate, okay? Sorry, righto.
Maybe there's something about the knife that will give us a clue. Let's examine the knife while we can, righto?
Probably a good idea, because it has been a little bit, so we could stand to review the evidence.
Maybe at the bottom to help. Nope. Maybe at the tip.
I think the tag is the only thing we can really get. Let's see, we've got victim's shoe, got the crime photo, parking lot floor plans, Lana's cell phone. This, which I'm pretty sure that is going to be very useful soon. Autopsy report. Gumshoe's artistic masterpiece. Okay. Evidence that linked this knife to Detective Goodman. I think perhaps the pieces are falling into place. I should probably defend to presenting the piece of evidence that's had me stumped all this time. So, how are things down at the department? Something happened at the police department too, huh?
You got a good look in your eyes there, righto, my boy. Sharp hungry.
So, something did happen. And why wasn't I informed?
Why weren't you informed? Well, why didn't you ask? No matter, I understand. You were busy, what with the Lana's case and all.
Well, what happened? What happened at the police department that day? On the same day that a detective was killed in the prosecutor's parking lot, another detective was killed at the police... Another detective was killed at the police department?
That's a fact. Surprising, isn't it, Ajay? I'm at a loss for words.
And the perpetrator? Do you have a suspect?
Well, there was a suspect. Just arrested him, in fact.
Just arrested? That was quick.
But there's still a lot of unanswered questions, and maybe you could help, righto?
I suppose I could help if you help me by giving me data on your case.
Oh, good one. This kid's sharp. Okay, here's the deal. I'll tell you one thing only. Well, we already know when the victim died.
Let's start with how the victim was killed.
He said we only have one thing to ask. So we have to pick wisely here.
Save scumming!
Yes.
Well, then again, you...
Well, we already know where the victim was found, too. It was found in... So the only thing to hear is how the victim was killed.
Well, how was the detective killed?
How was it killed? Now that's the interesting part. It was what we in force call a stab with a knife.
A knife? That's exactly the same as Detective Goodman.
Well, that's the spirit we're cooking now. But you know, that's not the only thing that was exactly the same.
What do you mean?
There were more similarities between the two cases than the cause of death.
It seems like I'm going to have to press this a bit harder.
Hold it!
5:15? But that's when Detective Goodman was killed in the prosecutor's office.
What? Funny, isn't it? A murder at the prosecutor's place and a murder at our place at the very same time. What are the chances?
Coincidence?
This is just my gut feeling, but I'd say there's a 0.00001 chance of that happening.
Chief Gant, please tell us more about the incident.
It's... yeah, I've already said this.
How can you say there's no connection?
How? Because I'm the chief of police, boy. I can't just say anything I please, right? Oh, you understand. Right, then you understand, right? Oh. Well, if you can prove there's a connection, more power to you, I suppose. Maybe there's something that ties the two murders together.
Whatever it is, I better find it and get to the bottom of this. 2 detectives were killed at 5:15. One at the prosecutor's office, and one at the police department. That can't be a coincidence.
And that knife, what was it doing there?
I better check this knife out. I believe this is what we need. Because, do you see what I'm seeing here?
The top corner. Wait.
Oh, Goodman. It's 675 12-2.
Wait. Hold it in a
also
mirror
nice.
and you get it at your answer.
It's one of those ones.
And look at the and look at the
Oh, that's why I said. Oh.
Let's hope this is the right evidence in the right place.
Objection!
Wait a second.
Ah, at last. An honest-to-goodness objection.
This knife. This has to have something to do with Detective Goodman.
What do you mean? And honest-to-goodness, what do you mean from Ajay? This is great.
I like this guy.
Look at the tag on this knife. It reads SL92.
And this is important. Why?
Over here, we also have a memo that was on the body of the victim.
What's this? 6 minus 7 is 12 divided by 2.
Your Honor, it's upside down.
Upside.
The printed name on the memo makes it look like it's right side up. But turn it around and what do you get?
Aha!
Whoever wrote this note was holding the paper upside down.
SL9. That's the same thing that's written on the next tag. Order, well, chief. Well. I guess cat's out of the bag. You win, right-ho.
I win? What game is this guy playing?
This knife was evidence in a case. It was stolen from the department's evidence room.
So this knife was stolen?
Yes, but on the day of the murder.
It was evidence, you say? Was it in fact a murder weapon?
Nice. Good show, little worthy. It was a murder weapon as it happens. With evidence from a case long since solved.
So this knife was stolen on the day of the murder, and it was found in the exhaust pipe of Edgeworth's car.
There isn't a connection there.
So we still need to do more to link this these two cases together.
Well, wasn't there a point that you could press more? Maybe you can work more with that.
Okay, so we got how the victim was killed. Let's hit when the victim died this time. So, when did the murder at the police department occur?
Now that's a sharp question, right? Oh, very sharp. Well, my boy, you're gonna love this.
One more to press on. So tell me, where was the victim found?
Well, I can't speak on where the corpse was found. Like I said, a crime took place in the evidence room at the police department.
The evidence room? Wait a second. I have heard of that.
The evidence room? Did he mention that in his testimony just now?
This knife was evidence in the case. It was stolen from the department's evidence room.
There's the connection between the two cases.
You seem happy, Mr. Wright.
Happy? We just got handed our ticket to go to town on this case. With the link between the two cases established, we finally have some leverage. Now we can get Gant to testify about the details. Chief, the defense's position is simply this. The connection between these two cases has already been proven.
You don't say. Well, Alfred Righto, what's your connection? Yes, no, outwitted, Mr. Wright.
The connection is a place mentioned in the testimony we just heard. The knife found in the lot was stolen from the police department's evidence room. Not to mention the victim had on him the case number on the knife's evidence tag. And we also know that the detective murdered at the police department was killed in that very same evidence room.
Indeed. There do seem to be too many connections for it to be a coincidence. You two make a good pair. Took my men 2 days to find out what you deduced right there.
Chief, I request that you release your information on the victim at the police department.
See, that's the tricky part. It hasn't been announced yet and all.
Can we get the information unofficially?
Sure, why not? It's unofficial after all.
What? Really?
Yes.
I'll cooperate, but I can't reveal the name of the victim at the department, okay?
If you're gonna tell us a little, why not tell us everything?
Ah, well, case information is sticky stuff. You will have to do everything properly.
Well, I guess I might as well try to get what I can out of him. Okay. How about you tell us the victim's ID number?
Sure, why not? Not like you'll be able to tell who it is from that.
Of course not. You won't tell me their name after all.
We keep a tight lid on ID numbers, so don't go getting your hopes up. The number is 584-2189.
Got him.
Well, that's quite long. And we have to remember these. It drives me nuts. I can't do it.
You didn't even get the first number right.
Well, Mr. Wright, does this tell you anything?
The ID number of the victim at the police department. 584-2189. Actually, it does, Your Honor. It does. I think.
Meaning?
It has to be what I think it is. But what does this mean?
Well, let's hear what the defense has to say. You say the ID number of the detective who was murdered at the police department. Tells you something. What does it tell you?
Witness!
He's not a witness, is he?
What is it, Mr. Wright? You're grinning like a schoolgirl on prom night.
That is a very creepy thing.
No, it's just, I got confused. And this is news. Huh? Just come out with both guns blazing, like you always do. Police department, prosecutor's office, 2 places, 2 detectives murdered at one time. Actually, I happen to have a police ID number here.
Oh ho, is it yours?
No, Your Honor. I'm a defense attorney, remember? This is the ID number of our victim, Detective Goodman.
Shame on you, Wright. Personalities are top secret.
Detective Goodman's ID number is 584-2189.
And this means what exactly?
Huh?
Wait, that ID number we heard from Chief earlier. That started with 82. I've forgotten.
You didn't even get the first number right! Again! The number the chief of police gave us was 584-2189. Wait a second, right? What is this? Mean? That's what I want to know. The 2 ID numbers are identical. In other words, the detective killed at the police department's evidence room was Bruce Goodman. What does our witness think about that?
And before they all have the same ID number.
Oh. Shop's attack, Righto. Shop is attack. But where? Detective Goodman is our victim. He was killed at 5:15 in the underground parking lot.
Yet, a Detective Bruce Goodman was also killed at the police department. In the evidence room at the exact same time. That's impossible! So what we're saying is, the same person was killed at the same time? And in a completely different location?
Order. Chief, what was this mean?
No. What I want to know is, why didn't I hear about this? Yes, it's top secret, fine, but I'm the prosecutor in charge of the case.
Now just wait a second, Worthy. No need to get all flustered, good sir.
Your Honor, The police department has made a grave error in this case.
Oh, wait. I said wait. Or didn't you hear me? The oversight, the grave error. Mr. Edgeworth, they're yours.
What? How? How dare?
We informed you yesterday. I believe it was our Officer Meekins who brought you the news.
Officer Meekins?
Right. Where have we heard that name before? Wait. Aha! Wait, what is this, Mr. Edgeworth, anywhere at the premises? I'm here, sir, at the chief request of the, officer, sir. I've got your report, sir.
You don't mean him?
According to Meekins, you did accept the report. Hard to believe.
But your officer, he told me. He said that report had nothing to do with the Lana Sky incident.
Detective Bruce Goodman murdered in the police room, the department evidence room. Mr. Edgeworth, the victim's name is written here on top of the report.
Gah! Why didn't your officer tell me?
See, I'm not sure that officer was capable of making the connection. He did seem challenged.
And in the case, this is serious error. A gross negligence of duty on your part, Worthy.
Objection!
But, sir, you could have submitted that report this morning to the court as evidence. Then I...
No such luck this time, Worthy. Or should I say, unworthy.
What?
Now, what was the second rule of evidence law?
Well, Mr. Wright.
Huh? Oh, well, it's, Rule 2. Unregistered evidence presented must be relevant to the case on trial. And how is this rule relevant?
Normally, you submit a list of evidence to be used in court before the trial, of course. On that list. Oh, what was this, man? I couldn't submit this evidence until a connection was proven in court.
Ugh.
The connection was just proven by Raito over there. Good job, Raito, my boy.
Huh? I was just doing my job. No. No!
It seems we have come to the end of this trial. I know you're going through a tough time, Worthy. What with all those pesky rumors? You were even in the defense chair just past December. My boy.
I apologize for this terrible lack of due diligence on my part.
Mr. Edgeworth?
Please, just give me one day. I'll get to the bottom of what happened. If it's the last thing I do.
You'd better get results this time. Really now.
You have my profound apologies, sir.
Poor Edgeworth.
I don't think there's ever been an error this serious in the history of this court. I'll grant one for the day as the prosecution has requested. Will that be sufficient, Mr. Edgeworth?
Yes, Your Honor. Thank you.
Whatever your punishment for this is, for your sake, I hope it's not too decisive. Very well, court is adjourned. I must go relax.
Whew! Now for the investigation.
Yeah.
Mr. Wright, so... what's going on with the case anyway? I'm a little confused.
Huh? Well, let's see. What is going on? The victim, Detective Bruce Goodman, was stabbed to death after 5 p.m. on the 21st. He died in the prosecutor's parking lot and the police department evidence room.
This and the police evidence room part. The prosecutor's office and the police department are 30 minutes apart by car.
Well, that's what we're going to find out. Or try to, at least.
Alright, let's do it.
She's in good spirits, but I'm not sure she's going to be much help with this.
Don't be so sure, Mr. Wright.
Huh?
Look, we're in this together, right? I'll prove that these thick-rimmed glasses of mine aren't just for show. Let's go. Science awaits us. I think we should worry about the police department murder. There wasn't even a body found there. Who cares?
Yeah, it was only our victim who was killed in their evidence room. No biggie.
Besides, my sister would never do such a thing. I know it.
That oil drum, was it empty?
The oil drum kicked over by the chief prosecutor was brimming with water. My sister erased evidence at the crime scene. Never.
Even though she says they don't get along, Emma really likes her sister.
It's not it at all. We're both professionals at what we do, and I trust her.
Big words for a high school student. Well, whether there was blood on the floor or not, water in that oil drum washed it all away.
Nor the strength of my science at your own peril, Mr. Wright.
Huh? What's that grin for?
The situation calls for one thing, and that is lumonial testing fluid.
Luminol.
And the counter goes up.
Yep.
Take a drink. Also back.
No, this is basically the counter of we're gonna make a supercut of all the times in the goddamn Ace Attorney game where I basically mispronounce a word. And we're gonna see what the record is.
You're
At least this isn't one of the-
short of 200 at the moment.
At least this isn't one of the times when I have to walk away to pick up dinner and it's like, I come back and it's like, we're waiting for you.
Luminol?
Blood is sticky stuff, you know? You can't just wash it away with a little water. Even if you can't see it, it's still there.
But wouldn't the police have already done these tests?
Never trust anyone's eyes but your own, Mr. Wright.
I mean, that's one thing I remember seeing from watching CSI, trust but verify.
Yep.
I feel like I want to say CSI New York in particular.
I remember the original. Kinda hard to beat Grissom and the crew.
I mean, I would think that that would be a thing in it, and it's probably why, even in law, if there's only a single witness, it's never taken by law unless there is at least 2 or 3 that can corroborate the same story.
Yeah, because human memory is not exactly the most reliable things for remembering explicit details.
Did
That's why you need multiple witnesses to corroborate, because even if one witness kind of deviates a little, if you got enough going, there's enough similarities between them all, you got something that's more confirmed than before.
Indeed.
Though, minor tangent, my favorite procedural crime shows to this day still has to be NCIS. You can't go.
NCIS is good.
You can't go
I don't
wrong
know.
with Gibbs.
I like
that's-
Jag.
That's true, but then again, I kind of like the other ones that are interesting. Like, honestly, I think I like the psychology aspect of it if you've ever seen The Mentalist.
No, I have not.
Oh,
I haven't
you
seen. Yeah.
Oh, it's good. Because I think the main character used to be a con artist, but because he's so good, he, like, literally reads other people's psyche and helps, others help uncover crimes.
Let's see.
But he passes it off.
Some of the ones I remember watching was NCIS, CSI New York, CSI Miami, more for not just for the memes. Psych was a fun one.
Oh god, yes, Psych.
I
keep-
like you
I'm
out
getting a
in the
vision.
end.
I'm getting a vision. I'm just very observant because my father taught me this shit. I almost feel like just for the hell of it, we need to find a day, if not anime, just sit down and watch maybe a couple of these crime shows.
Yeah.
Monk.
Oh,
Ooh.
I think I've seen Monk.
Oh, yes,
That's the one
Monk,
that
Monk,
has the
Monk.
Strange.
I still go back to good old Jag.
Yeah. I will say, though,
Criminal Mind was another good one.
yeah. I will say, though, for me at least, Law and Order SBU was one that could be very draining, so it's definitely not is one you want to binge.
Yeah.
I mean, the kind of crimes that I'm thinking the Law and Order covers, yeah.
SBU in
Yeah.
particular, because, oh,
Mhm.
God, no.
And
But
as we
anyways.
get on this tangent of crime shows, it's still on topic.
Uh-huh.
Well, I mean, we could always start talking about Dorothy's Santa escapades.
No.
Ho ho. Them ho ho hos.
Indeed. Just give it a try. God damn it. Talking about the ho-ho-hos and the next line is just give it a try.
At least we know what you're into.
Yeah.
I don't care about the ho ho
It is the
hos or
Toshi.
O's, and I don't care how you jingle your bells. We got a crime to solve here.
What? The ho-ho-hos just want a little bit of the Christmas spirit in them.
Indeed.
But you know, people buy those ho hos because they like the cream filling.
Oh, definitely.
Jokes or not, ho hos are fantastic.
Me? Why do I have to do it?
Minor, I can't even drink yet.
We're testing blood stains with this stuff, not drinking it.
Here, look, I'll lend you these glasses.
Huh? You had an extra pair of those things?
That's for a blood reaction. Just spray the
Lumino.
luminol oil on it. Like this, see? Press enter to spray it on. Go ahead, press enter. Let's find some blood stains.
Oh, so Scorpio's gotta go blow his load on something.
Yeah, no. Please,
I
do
think
this.
that's gonna be Satoshi. He's
Do
working
this.
on that one.
What's enter?
I can see her eyes shining behind those glasses. So this is a blood stain.
Oh.
Emma, you're shaking.
This is my first time seeing real blood.
Oh, you saw it on the knife.
Scientific investigation in action.
Okay, well, we definitely know that this is a blood stain. But doesn't something strike you as odd, scientifically speaking, of course?
What's odd about this scientifically?
Both have their points, but
Can
probably
you look at the
location.
evidence?
The perpetrator and Detective Goodman fought here, right? Don't you think there'd be a little more blood?
It's right, because there was enough to cover the sole of the shoe. I definitely think so. I mean... God damn it! They brought up the same point! Look at the blood on the sole of the victim's shoe. I'm sharing brain cells with Emma.
I mean, that's better than what you've shared her with before.
I mean, there are some questionable individuals, but Emma's not
Fair,
the
I thought at this point Dorothy owned his brain.
Oh, she probably does. She just has it out on loan. If I don't pay, she'll send the mall scientists after me. Not a pretty sight.
Yeah, with this little bit of sharing, maybe we can celebrate by getting a bag of chocolate snackoos. If they fought here, there'd have been more blood than this.
Hey, Mr. Wright. I'm gonna mark up the floor plans when we find a bloodstain, okay? See, I'm pretty handy to have around, right? Right?
Yeah. And this stuff's pretty handy too.
I saved up my allowance to buy that. I totally didn't steal it.
Luminol testing fluid received from one very proud-looking Emma Sky.
We can't be sure that the police will reveal all their evidence in court. Sometimes they fail to mention evidence that doesn't fit with their view of the case.
That takes me back to CSI New York again. One of the big things that was, especially the lead detective there, was always saying to tailor your conclusion to the evidence, not the other way around.
So you're talking about all of the evidence we throw out that proved nickname was the reason for all the things we did before?
Probably.
Then let's drag that hidden evidence out into the light of day.
Yeah! It feels like we've really investigated a crime now, doesn't it?
Guess I should give this a spray on anything suspicious.
One sec, I don't think I was following that.
Actually, no, it's probably not even me. It's probably what's her name, the one with the box lunches.
Hang on. Shit, that doesn't... Actually... I have to find the...
You should look up Lumino. It'll get you closer to the section.
That is true. Hang on. Oh.
Who's
It would
on Scorpio?
It would help if I'm on the right part of the notes instead of...
Ooh.
Yep, this is me. I wonder how that fluid of yours will react to a nice deli box. Miss Star! You only trust your own eyes. Not bad, you two. This day-old deli box is on the house.
Sorry, it's just that kind of lead-in doesn't really get my mouth watering.
You certainly put me in a tight spot today.
My apologies, Miss Star, but
No, it's okay. It was my fault. Oh, we know. I witnessed everything from that security room right there. But I was afraid that wouldn't sound convincing enough, you see. I was wrong to think that. I'm sorry. Sorry? You lied out the witness stand. That's unforgivable. Little girl, don't forget what's important here. Even if the place I witnessed the events were from was different, I still saw what I saw. I saw Chief Prosecutor Sky stab a man in cold blood, and that testimony still stands. Wear it on my honor, a detective. She stabbed Goodman.
I know this photograph has something important to tell us, but what?
So, you were a detective, weren't you, Miss Star? Yes, it was a long time ago. Well, 2 years ago. No matter how hardened the criminal, when they faced me, they coughed it up.
Coughed it up?
They confessed. They babbled like babies. You know, I may seem like a demon sometimes, but I could be a real angel too.
I wouldn't doubt it.
Every day I drag the dirt out of the mouths of the suspect after suspect. And before long they called me the cough-up queen. Oh, and here I thought someone had gotten food poisoning from your lunches. There are jokes I want to make, but I don't think I can make them on this stream.
And you were let go, or fired.
Felt that I had found my dream job when I became an investigator. And if these grim and proper prosecutors hadn't let me go, I'd still be one today. It's all because of that case. The SL9 incident.
SL9? Wait, she doesn't mean...
What do you think about this? The SL9 incident? It's written on that knife. And on that note... Goodman. Goodman was the head detective on that case, you know? Really? That knife was evidence from that case, the weapon... the murder weapon.
Oh, we have a sleepy sus.
Nope, I am not too easy for this shit. It was due
Yes,
for...
you are.
Shush! It was due for
No.
transversal the very day that Goodman was killed. As I suspected, SL9 isn't over. Not yet.
Do you think you could tell us more about the SL9 incident? I feel like if we present this one, we're gonna get the same thing.
It's either the note or switchblade and there's something else.
I feel like before we go too much further in, I want to give the place a bit more button. A good thorough once over with the luminol everywhere.
Well, I think one key object is should we target the damn barrel. That was flipped over.
Boy, how you dare you're gonna have it up on the wall? Oh.
Yeah. This blood must be from when Lana.
Now, what sister isn't the murderer?
But
she did call you
But she did call you, didn't she?
at the time of the crime.
At the
God
time of the
damn it.
crime. At the time of the crime? And her right hand is bandaged.
Hey, just whose side are you on?
This has nothing to do with taking sides. No, this means Lana's hand had blood on it. This just keeps getting worse.
I mean, look at the numbers that have the blood on it. If it's 1 to 1, the numbers that have the blood on it don't look like they would call anyone.
That should be updated. Yes. I wonder. Did you take a look at this?
You.
Yes.
You said you wanted some hot tea, right?
No, but thanks. She didn't even look at it.
You must have brewed the leaves a long time to get rich flavor like this. We pre-infuse the leaves with steam before brewing. I knew it! So that's the secret to their aroma. Exquisite.
The only thing I'm smelling here is wasted time. I'd have to come back here.
I mean, I could tell you which one you probably need. Because you do technically have it.
Go for it.
It's the crime scene photo. If you think about it, I could have taken that picture from the guard room. But even I get flustered sometimes.
So you went straight to the scene of the crime?
Rushed towards the chain link fence in an effort to stop the murder. That's when I took this photo, yes. In other words, 5 minutes after the crime? Those 5 minutes are the whole problem. The hole in my testimony, as it were. The 5 minutes weren't the problem, Star. You lying was the problem. Listen, little girl, I've had my testimony disregarded before. And I wasn't going to have it disregarded again. Just like that time.
That time. There we go.
But it really opened my eyes to the truth. We're nothing to them. Disposable. Disposable to who? 2 years ago, it was the biggest case I've ever handled. We said the prosecutors were desperate for decisive evidence. So they didn't solve it? On the contrary. It was solved quite clearly. The criminal was caught and executed.
Executed?
Yes, the criminal got what was coming to him. It doesn't get any cleaner than that. The only problem was, they never did find decisive evidence. Not a shred.
What? But the criminal was executed, right?
Basis of evidence of sort made up evidence. What? You mean they executed someone with fabricated evidence? The best part came several months after the trial. Every detective involved with the case was dealt with. Some were demoted to patrolmen, others found themselves out of the job. And you were one of those? Myself and one other person you know well.
Wait, could it be?
Exactly. Detective Jacob Marshall. Oops, I mean, Police Department Security Detail Officer Jake Marshall. As professional detectives, we investigated that case from every angle. Jake was particularly determined. And then it was over. He was demoted. However, he hasn't forgotten, and neither have I.
You haven't forgotten SL9?
There was another side to that case, a hidden side. That's what we're after now. And no one up in their fancy offices can stop us. Wait. Those lunches you sell. There is only one reason I come to sell lunches in this accursed office. I come here to eat old friends, boyfriends that can help me investigate.
Miss Star's old boyfriends. How many does she have, anyway? Just when all the detectives on SL9 have disappeared, we find new evidence.
Be a connection. So, Rookie,
What?
it seems like you're serious about investigating this case.
Yes.
Then you should take this.
Salisbury steak lunch?
Know a certain guy who might help you if you tempt him with this treat. Miss Star? Officer Marshall, is he your, are you his... Are you going out? Why do you want to know? Just wondering what happened to him. A long time ago, when he was helping my sister do cases, he was so nice. He got along so well with my sister, it made me jealous. And he was nice to me too back then.
So Beeman Officer Marshall was a detective.
But now he's so cold. Jake and I are merely cooperating on this investigation. We're putting the past to rest, as it were. Nothing more than that. A scene. Thank you. I don't know why I went southern there.
Officer Jake Marshall.
Also, I want to point out the description of that steak lunch. The only thing to put Officer Marshall in a good mood.
I mean, a good Salisbury steak is amazing.
Oh no, right there.
Yeah, it's busier here today than it was yesterday.
The detectives are running around so fast, they're blurring.
Supposed to make sense. A detective did get killed here, after all.
So, the evidence room, the scene of the crime? According to the pamphlet we got at the front desk. Here it is.
She's like a kid at an amusement park.
Real crime scene. Let's go take a look. I think we know who's here. Good fucking God.
What's with the
How American and how in cowboy.
What's with the decor in this place? It's very eccentric.
That pamphlet, this guard station is for the evidence room.
So beyond that door is the evidence room. The scene of the crime?
It sure seems that way. Oh!
What's wrong?
It's those cacti. They're so prickly, so imposing. It's hard to think straight.
If you can't handle the cacti, stay out of the desert. What I want to know is, if this is a guard station, where's the guard?
And I know who he is already. Look on the floor, a lasso.
Looks like it's set up to trap something.
A trap here? Wait, I know. Maybe someone was trying to catch a wild bull in here. But the lasso missed.
You sure have an active imagination.
Probably a snare.
The evidence room is beyond that door.
Let's just walk in. It won't open.
You thought it'd be open? I think we'd need someone's permission to go in there. So here's the video feed from the evidence room here.
There's a light blinking below the monitor. It says, recording? I bet we could use this computer to check out who went in and out of there. Yikes, these are sure prickly. They must be the real deal.
I would just think one big one would be sufficient.
These cacti are a lot like my sister, actually.
How so?
Encased in a cold, rigid shell with spines pointing in every direction. Just like her.
I'm not so sure I see the resemblance.
It's more an attitude thing than a physical similarity. This switched door makes the place look like some kind of saloon.
But look, it's nailed shut. You can't get in that way.
Of course not. If you went in through here, the cactus would fall over. Ouch.
I'd say it'd be more of a yeah myself.
There's a security guard uniform hanging here.
It looks more like a costume than a uniform, honestly.
A leather jacket, leather pants, a leather... What was that called again? A punchy?
Oh.
Ponchy? Pinchy? I know, a poochie! Wait, maybe that wasn't it. It's poncho.
Yeah, it's a poncho, but I think I'll keep that information to myself for the time being.
Aw, you can't get the booze bottles on top of the monitor. So sad.
This place is charged with frantic energy, as always. Who do we got? Who do we got?
Yeah, so one of mine.
Police department.
This feels like Gumshoe to me.
Let's see. Let's see. Yep, that's it, Gumshoe.
Please.
Huh, wasn't that?
On steak lunch, please. Oh, it's you.
Detective Gumshoe.
Now's no time for chit-chat. I'm a busy man. What I really need is a steak lunch from Lunchland.
Oh, you need one of these? Actually, it's not for sale.
But,
I think I just heard the sound of his heart breaking.
now's no time for despair. I've caught a criminal. Now we just need evidence.
The criminal? You mean...
You heard about the stabbing in the police department evidence room, right, pal?
On the same day that a detective was killed in the prosecutor parking lot, another detective was killed at the police department? And the perpetrator, do you have a suspect?
Oh, there was a suspect. It's arrested him and that. It's the biggest scandal to hit the station in ages. Everything's topsy-turvy.
But Detective Gumshoe, who was it?
Listen, pal, all I know is I need me a steak lunch pronto. Stand around here talking this is gonna fill my belly.
Wait! Don't leave!
If you want to know more, head on down to the pal. Question should be over, so I figure he's done and down there having a good cry. Later.
Didn't think you could do that there. He ran off to the evidence room.
Well, this investigation is off to a running start.
Still feel better about things a little. I mean, they caught the person who stabbed Detective Goodman, didn't they?
Yeah, I guess they did. Best not to go too far down that road right now. Things will just get confusing.
That? Oh, good lord. Sir, that's what I'm saying. Be a perpetrator? I'd say I was the perpetrated against, sir. That's what I'd say. Hi. Greetings, sir. Wait, I know who you are. You're... Excuse me, is Mr. Edgeworth, anywhere at the premises? I'm here, sir, at the request of the chief, sir. I've got a report, sir. Officer Meekins, so you're a guard here at the detention center? No, sir, I'm not, sir. I'm a little lost patrolman, sir. Like a little lost lamb, sir. God fucking damn it, I'm gonna get stuck saying sir in random sentences now, aren't I?
Bro, boy.
Ah. Oh, I get it. You're here to deliver a report. No, sir. How should I say this?
Wait, he isn't. Is he? You... Officer Meekins, you didn't, did you?
Perpetrator Officer Meekins reported, sir. Oh god, that is the worst idea. Having a megaphone, which I'm probably assuming is going through their equivalent to a speakerphone so they could talk. Having to do that is probably feedback hell. What?
Now this is an unexpected turn of events.
Sir, my job with sexual affairs, sir. Sir.
Ow! I can hear you fine, Officer Meekins.
I had some business that day, sir, so I went to the evidence room, sir. The guard station in front of the room was empty, sir. So normally there's a guard at the evidence room. That's right, sir, because evidence is kept in the evidence room, sir. Now the security officer was not an Officer Marshall, sir.
Marshall?
Then, sir, I happened to glance at the security room monitor. That's where I saw him, sir. A suspicious person in the evidence room, sir. A suspicious person, sir. A suspicious person, yeah!
What the heck is this guy doing?
So what happened then? To that, sir, everything went white. I saw red. I blacked out. And when I came to, I was here, in the detention center.
How long were you out? Days?
Let me ask, what happened to your hand? Sir, there was no one to bandage me, sir. So I did what I could to wrap it up, sir.
A bandage on his hand? Just like Miss Sky.
What a big similarity between this case and the one at the prosecutor's office.
First things first, tell us how you hurt your hand. About your hand, did that happen during the course of the crime?
Well, yes, sir! You are... Don't you think you should just confess? But sir, but there was nothing I could do.
Nothing you could do?
Sir, to tell the truth, sir, when it happened, when the detective pointed that knife at me, I just hollered, sir. And the next thing I knew, I was unconscious, sir.
Next thing you knew, you were... Huh?
Then when I opened my eyes, I was alone in the evidence room, sir. All alone. Alone because the detective Goodman had disappeared. What? Then when I looked down, I was gushing blood from my head, sir. Oh, the shock. Oh, the sorrow, sir. Can you imagine how I felt?
The victim's body disappeared?
That's some story.
I don't mean to pry, but you are the perpetrator, correct? You killed Detective Bruce Goodman in the evidence room, right?
Sir, please don't look at me with those sad puppy dog eyes, sir. If you have to label me as perpetrator or victim, sir, then label me victim.
I would, but you happen to be in detention, and alive and well at that.
Yes, well, sir, I suppose you could say that.
Did you know the victim, Detective Goodman?
Label him as a stranger or a total stranger. Then I'd say he leans heavily on the total stranger, sir.
So, you didn't know him?
Sir, I work in a tiny department devoid of light or other creature comforts, sir. I don't know any detectives, sir. So if he was a total stranger, why did you stab him? Sir, I had no intention of killing him, sir. None. Nor do I have any recollection of killing him, sir.
At least someone around here is more confused than I am. Let's see if there's anything we can present. Officer Meekins, this is for you.
Here it is, sir.
It's okay, I just wanted you to take a look at it.
That's it, sir. last night, sir. That's the one. I was, sir, in my dream, sir. I was being peeled. And say goodbye. You don't have to look at the knife.
He's overreacting to that with the knife, but I guess he's been through a lot. I wonder if there's anything else we need to show him. Because it has been a while since I've last done this case.
There was still something you could do in the evidence room.
Back to the evidence room then.
Yeah, you could use the limonial spray.
Oh, luminol.
You mean the luminol spray?
Wow, everyone looks deadly serious here.
Well, there was a vicious murder of a detective down at the police department.
Yes, but the same detective was also killed at the same time in the prosecutor's lot.
It makes my head hurt.
Well, first things first. Let's go check out the police department crime scene.
Yes, you sound dead set on investigating. But don't mess up or we could wind up dead.
I doubt anyone wants more mysteries or dead bodies around here right now. It doesn't look like anyone's going to help us much either. You sure it's here in the guard room?
Cactus. Top of the big one. Wow, we got a reaction.
There's clearly blood around the spines here. This room's pretty messy. Someone must have tripped over something. And planted their head right in these spines.
That might be more painful than being murdered. And I think that's the only thing that's in that room. see. Let's see. Okay, you are supposed to present Dr. Goodman's badge to him. Do you think you could take a look at this? Hey! That's it, sir! That's it! That's it! That's what? My head was a blank until this very moment. But sir, now I remember. I remember, sir.
You mean you remember what happened?
Correct! That card! That card was the cause of it all! This ID card? Exactly, sir! That's it exactly! Nothing could be more exact, sir! Nothing!
I better pry into this one a little deeper. Can you tell me what it is that you do remember?
Sir, you might say I'm a lost little patrolman, a lost little lamb, if you will. I didn't know Mr. Detective Goodwin, who was in the evidence room. And that's why you...
And that's why you thought he would look suspicious?
Sir, I entered the evidence room and asked the man to show me his ID card. Well, that sounds pretty much by the book so far. That's right, sir. That's what I've been trying to tell you.
So you asked Detective Goodman to show his ID card. What did he do?
That's the thing. Suddenly he pointed a knife at me. What? Sir, I assure you, I was as flushed as you are right now. So I whooped and leapt at him.
Flustered.
One more for the pile. Detective Goodman pointed a knife at him?
Do unto others before they do unto you. My own father's words, sir. What happened then? Well, my eyes, sir. Everything went white. When I awoke, I was here.
Right.
So, Officer Meekins, why is it that you were... they arrested you?
What do you mean, Emma?
Let's look at it, well, at what we know. Now, Officer Meekins didn't know Detective Goodman. And the victim whom he met at the scene of the crime didn't show his ID card.
In other words, we have no way of knowing if the victim was really the victim.
And if this body just disappeared from the evidence room, we don't even know if anyone actually died. That's it, sir. That's what I wanted to say. That is, I did say something along those lines. Huh? But you still ended up here? They told me it had to be him, sir, on that day, at that time. Detective Goodman was definitely in the evidence room. That's what they said.
But you don't remember the events clearly.
No, but the videotape is quite clear. Huh? Videotape? From the security camera. I am by crime, the crime I swore to stamp out. It's there, it's me, it's on the tape. And you waited until now to tell us this? I'm sorry, real sorry, sir. I'll hand over my badge. I don't deserve it.
No thanks. I have my own. Well, guess we better go check out the crime scene.
Hey, Mr. Wright, look who's standing right at the chief detective's desk.
It's Police Chief Gant.
And you're sure this is all him? You know what it means if there's anything I'm missing. Sir, I'm sure it's most likely we've totally perfect. Checked all his drawers, lockers, garbage cans, bags, coat buckets, hats, under his seat cushions, behind his computer monitor, inside his personal coffee machine. I see. Oh, this Chief and Grant. Oh well. I see. Well, if anything does turn up, you call me right away, dear. Yes, sir. I'll scout the place again, sir.
Chief of Detectives. Looks a little flustered.
Ah, right. Oh, my boy. How you been? Swim much?
Oh, Chief Gant. Reporting for duty, sir.
Get him, Mr. Wright.
Is Edgeworth going to be okay?
Oh, you know they're doing a little inquiry committee.
Sounds like an inquisition.
Yep, well, they've had no end of trouble with boys since last year.
You mean the incident on Gourd Lake?
It doesn't look good having a top prosecutor sit on the defendant's seat, does it now? And you got someone else found guilty in that case, right? Righto.
Von Karma.
A legend he was, undefeated in his 40-year career. But in court, you fixed it so he was caught for forging evidence.
Wait, I didn't do anything wrong. He did forge evidence.
In any case, the prosecutor's office is in a bit of turmoil, you might say.
I mean, it makes sense. Their top, most legendary prosecutor was found guilty for forging evidence and murder.
Murder, you say?
I did nothing
Yes.
wrong, and you all know it.
At least I didn't murder somebody for once.
No, you were my accomplice. Actually, no, you were the one who actually did it.
I mean, yes, but they don't know that.
Why, they do just about anything to restore their reputation. Now, depending on what that inquiry committee decides, it could be bad for Worthy.
What?
It's downright odd, I tell you, the detective getting killed on the turf, too, I mean.
There being the prosecutors, I assume?
Scientifically speaking, it's impossible.
Yes, but that's what the evidence is saying, my dear. Goodman was stabbed in 2 locations at the same time, that's what it says.
What evidence is this?
Now, Righto, I can't give away all our secrets just like that. This in particular, well, it's a little sensitive, you could say. I can't talk about it right now.
I wasn't expecting much anyway.
You know, the one thing I hate most of all is hiding stuff. Secrets. Can't stand the stuff. But you know, it's a full-time job, just keeping the chief of detectives trap shut.
He was the one you were picking on earlier.
Oh, you saw that? Whoopsie daisy.
I wonder what it was he wanted the chief of detectives to do.
See if we can kindly, discreetly ask him.
Let's see what has to say here. I was wondering, could you take a look at this?
Righto. I'm through with that stuff. Through, I say. Go find that guy who can't seem to sit still out there, the busy one.
Guy who can't sit still. Does that mean Detective Gumshoe?
Yeah, either him or the dancing blue badger. I feel like we have had more to do with the Gant, because nothing new is triggered over here.
Let's see.
Well, you know what we need to do? We need to stab him.
That's for the evidence room. Prosecutor's office. Let's see, present. There's something that you need to present. Shit, it's not saying what it is. It might be Goodwin's note or the knife. Because it's supposed to trigger a dialogue, but it's not telling me. Because you're supposed to get permission from him.
Oh, wrong button.
Oh, what are the talk options that you have?
Edgeworth and the evidence room incident.
another dialogue.
Well, it seems like we still need to give that Salisbury steak to Gumshoe. So he's probably gone over to the underground parking lot to try to get some off of What's-Her-Face.
We could give that a shot.
Because remember, she gave that to us in order for us to talk with someone who we gave it to.
Yeah, that would be Marshall.
Huh. Okay, so then where the fuck's Marshall then?
I'm trying to look. You're supposed to talk to him, because Gant is supposed to give you access to the room.
Well, let's see. Over in the office, they mentioned maybe talking with the detective. Oh, there we go. That might be it. She just brought up permission. Huh. Anything we can examine in here?
Detective.
Yes, this is the police mascot, is it?
The Blue Badger, the future star of the police force.
It sounds a little changed from the one side.
Ah, well, the Dancing Blue Badger team is still under development, you see.
You have it trademarked?
Absolutely, it's cutting edge. Very now. I showed this doll here to my daughter and she burst into tears.
Yeah, I'm sure the moving mock-up outside then. It'll give her nightmares.
Maybe talk to him himself. Oh, sorry you had to see that.
Exactly what the chief police want you to do.
Well, see there, that's Goodman's desk. He wanted me to check it for anything that might be a clue. They took away every last piece of garbage in the trash can.
So you said that belonged to Detective Gumshoe is still here? Or Detective Goodman is still here?
There you go.
Shut up!
Well, except for this, after all.
What? You kept something?
Sure, why not? It's not very important. He couldn't even finish writing it. It's a lost item report, but it's only half completed.
A lost item report? Detective Goodman lose something?
Damn, it is February 21st. We're gonna make a note of that just in case. I should I get back to investigating the police department crime scene. I think that might be just what we needed.
What about talking to the guy off to the left, maybe? Ooh.
Maybe that triggers the getting permission for the chief prosecutor or the chief of police.
Possibly.
Must be one of the detectives. He's mumbling something to himself.
I know the killer used the cassette tape. What a crafty trick that gunshot was a fake. It's good. No one will expect a cassette tape in this day and age.
He's not writing a report. He's writing a novel.
Why, yes, I must make a good book. You see. Can we talk to him again? There we go.
There it is. Actually, I was wondering if I could ask you a favor.
Well, I never thought that they would come when Raito asked me for help.
I was wondering if we could investigate the evidence room.
Now, Raito.
Actually, I'm sorry. Don't need to investigate after all.
Raito, please. Do I look like a selfish man to you?
Do you want me to answer that question?
Yes. Heck, if anyone asked me, sir, can I borrow $50, I'd give them $50. No problem. So go ahead, investigate that room to your heart's content. Knock yourself out loud.
Joe, you never know until you ask.
And for you, here, you can borrow this.
Huh? Hey! This is a detective's ID card, isn't it?
That's a special card for guests, so don't lose it.
Yes, sir. It's an honor.
You just run along and do your best now. Later, folks.
It looks pretty cool on my lapel, doesn't it? Just think, a real ID.
You seem happy.
Yes, sir, because, sir, we got into the evidence room now, sir.
I think this place is a bad influence on the girl.
No.
I assume we now go to the door.
The evidence room is beyond that door.
And we have an ID card from Chief Grant.
Dot.
Let's just walk in.
And he ignores what was said.
Shush. It won't open.
Aha. The card reader's turned off, see?
What's that security guard thinking?
Howdy, partners. Well, what's made my bambina's sky so gray?
Officer Marshall! Why does it have to be him?
What's that? Why does it have to be him looking for? As you may have surmised, this here's my salute.
We're here to investigate crimes. Investigate the crime scene.
Yeehaw! Like kinda got down your chest. That's better than a sheriff's badge in these parts.
Yeehaw!
Well, what are you standing there for? Get along, little doggies. Crime scenes away.
Looks like the card reader's on again. Oh, here. I was wondering if we could ask you some questions.
They're a cowboy, but I got no mind to tangle with you hombres.
You're busy then?
Did I say that? I said I didn't wish to speak with you.
Actually, you said you had no mind to tangle with those hombres.
I was wondering if we could talk to you.
Sorry, Bambina. But I'm off to roam the lands like a tumbleweed on the wide prairie. The gunslinger loading his stick, should I say a little prayer?
What was that ad all about, Mr. Wright?
I think he was just too hungry to talk.
You're just saying that because his stomach was growling. You have no idea what he was talking about either.
Well, in any case, we need to get cracking on this investigation pronto.
I assume we now give him food.
Yeah. I think it's gonna be the same thing like it was for Lana Hart.
Yeah, physically the same thing, yeah. That's mail. Ah, reminds me of Texas. Choose on.
Sir, you're from Texas?
No, just all special on television the other day. Is this from my baby?
Yeah, the star.
Well, what's this?
What? What's wrong?
A filet steak lunch. I see.
I don't see. I wonder what it means.
Alright, Bambina, you win. Ask him anything.
Finally, it seems like.
He's willing to talk. Marshall, you're in charge of security for the evidence room, right?
You got good eyes, Pop. It needs a job and I'm correct for it.
Actually, Officer Meekins at the detention center told us.
Oh, that little poor little doggy. I keep getting his name wrong, calling him Meekly.
He told us something. He said that when the stabbing occurred, you weren't at your station.
Or maybe I shouldn't be telling you this. But since I got the motive from Detective 2 years ago, I might not look it, but I lost my fire for the job, you know.
So, what were you doing around 5:15 when the murder took place?
Well, I reckon I was galloping down the highway on the back of my steed, Zippy.
No, he was riding down the highway on his horse's named Zippy.
There's no need for people here, anyhow. These newfangled machines do a bang-up job keeping an eye on this place.
You mean the security camera system?
I don't take the machines much. Kind of like that stewed broccoli that's sticking next to your steak, you know.
Star told us something. She said you were a detective until 2 years ago.
That was always my dream, to be a rawhide wrangling the scene of crime. It's all gone now, like a trick at home in a prairie fire. Shoes on.
Oh. You're still investigating the SL9 incident with Miss Star, aren't you?
That was my case. So sold on the record book, that smells like a bad game of poker. I can't let it go. That's all there is to it.
Case was it anyway? We've heard the name so many times, but no one tells us what actually happened.
There's some things you're better off not knowing, Bambina. Anyway, that case is officially dead as of 2 days ago.
2 days ago? The day of our case?
Well, that's right. The evidence transfers.
I sure was talking about the transfers too. Sorry, but could you explain what this whole transferal thing is about?
We keep only evidence from solved cases in this room. I kept here under Prasad and detective supervision for 2 years. But we can reinvestigate them if it turns out there was a mistake.
So what happens to the evidence after 2 years?
They'll shoot forever in an underground vault at the county sheriff's department. That's what we call transferal. We do it every February.
See now.
Transfer is like a funeral for old cases, see. 2 years after case solved, it's closed forever. Dead. Never to be reopened again, never to be reinvestigated.
And that happened to SL9 2 days ago.
I know that maybe 2 of the machines in here do.
Only 2 with them, there must be a dozen.
Like I said, Bambina, me machines, well... I like them about as much as I like stewed cauliflower with my steaks. These ones understand are these here security cameras.
Those are the ones that Officer Meekins mentioned.
Nothing happens, tapes automatically erase every few hours.
And Officer Beacons and Detective Goopin, are they on one of those tapes?
Reckon I might be.
security guard, and you reckon?
One more thing. When you go into the evidence room, you need an ID card.
That's the card reader by the door.
Card leaves a record of every ID card to pass through here.
So this is the ID card record. Hey, I've seen that somewhere before.
Sorry, Bambina, I can't show you more than that.
Huh?
Haven't heard whether this is related to the case yet.
You're right. I saw a number on that record just now. I've seen that number before.
Use something I can prove that record is tied to the stabbing.
Well, we show him your badge.
See this? This is the victim's ID card.
Ah, the one that was on the ground parking lot.
The number on this is 5842189.
Show us that ID record again. Look, the fourth number. It's a perfect match.
It was used at 514, right before the stabbing.
What's more, there's only one of them cards. Nope.
So, when this incident occurred, Detective Goodman was in the evidence room.
Oh, wait, what did Officer Meekins say?
Sir, I entered the evidence room and asked the man to display his ID card.
So you asked Detective Goodman to show his ID card. What did he do?
That's the thing. Suddenly he pointed a knife at me.
If he has ID card, then why would he have pointed a knife at Officer Meekins?
Alright, compadre, you win. I guess I can give you this ID card record.
I've got an idea. Maybe I should show this list to other people with IDs here. Why not start with the one that's right in front of us?
It was back in Wild West, didn't place much faith in evidence. The only thing that I trust was the shooting hand.
This is neither wild nor west here.
But that and this are two different things entirely.
Guess so? I'm lost.
Looks like we need some evidence to get anywhere with this guy.
We can probably show that list of Meekins and he can probably tell us what his number is.
But first, let's take a look in here. I mean, we just went through a lot to get in here, after all. It's quiet. The investigation must be over.
This is the evidence room. It really is kind of like a graveyard.
Graveyards are supposed to have grass and trees. This feels more like a morgue.
Nice try, Mr. Wright. You can't scare me. Eek!
Oh.
Sorry, I thought you were a ghost.
I wouldn't recommend going around smashing ghosts on the head, pal. So is it true what I heard? Righto, please. Do I look like a selfish man to you? Heck, if anyone asks me, sir, can I borrow $50, I can give them $50, no problem, oh good sir. So go ahead, investigate that room to your heart's desire. Knock yourselves out.
Yep, it's true.
So, Chief Police Gang. Alone anyone $50? Even me?
Oh, gumshoe.
Oh, so that's what you were talking about.
Actually, I was put in charge of an investigation for today.
Just for today?
Boss for a day.
Guess what? You got permission from Chief, so now you're boss for the day.
Gee, thanks.
First of all, you'll want to have this.
Let's take a little look-see.
Okay.
Before we go,
I'd say probably those, yeah, okay. We probably need to head on over. Oh.
Someone's right handprint.
Well, what?
what's the matter, Detective?
There's Locker. It's mine.
It's yours?
Please. You have to help me when they come take me away. Promise you'll testify that I wouldn't have a fly. Will you do that for me, won't you, pals?
This is an important clue. I'll jot it down on the floor plans.
Counting on you guys, believe me, you can't trust police.
Oh.
Tiv.
I'd say hurry on the floor now.
That must have been one massive pool of blood. Never seen anything like it. I'm not a professional. What's your opinion, Detective?
Pale blue blood? Maybe Detective Goodman was actually an alien all along.
Proves that something really happened in front of this locker. I'll make a note of it on the floor plans.
Hey, if you didn't want my opinion, you shouldn't have asked. If we need 3 more to the floor. Okay.
Past a certain point, it doesn't want to go any farther because it's overlapping with the bits on the bottom.
Yeah. Okay, feels like this might be all the blood over here. Unless we're
There's
missing some
supposed to be 3 spots.
Okay, so there's the massive blood pool, there's the hand on the thing. Which blood pool are we missing?
No.
I would assume it's probably over on the left side.
Let's see. You got that bloody hair clip. Locker with white cloth.
Locker
And
with
something-
white cloth. Oh, yeah, there we go.
And then clay shards.
Clay shards?
That's
Okay.
probably the big area with the tape. Why am I getting a reaction here? There's no reason for the murderer to touch this spot. Shush.
There's no reason for the murderer to touch this spot if he fled out the door. This just might be something significant.
Hey. That's some pretty massive stuff he got there, pal.
This? It's called luminol testing fluid.
No.
God fucking damn it. Now we're just gonna have a thing of how many times does he fuck up the same word multiple times?
Where'd you get your hands on that?
Huh?
I like to get some too. I'll just borrow from the production chief.
Yeah, where do you get this, Emma?
Just buy it by mail order.
Well, I better jot this down on the floor plans.
Yeah, and I think that's the last spot. The locker, clay shards, and
I mean, I haven't seen any but clay shards yet.
oh, the clay shards. That's the one with the massive pool of blood.
Fair, but I don't recall them mentioning anything about clay shards or not.
Well, it's the area where the big tape was. That's what it's listed on when I look.
Oh, we might need to just look at that spot without using the luminol to get that.
No, that was for under the spray and for the luminol. So, Detective Gumshoe, your boss for today?
That's right, it's an on. After all, the murder took place right here in the police department.
But if you're boss, why are you all alone? Where are your underlings?
They're using yesterday's fun to prepare for tomorrow's trial.
In other words, you got kicked out of the investigation. Again.
I'm adamant, though. I'm gonna take control and put this case to rest. And my own evidence, locked pal.
You have a locker in here too, Detective Gumshoe?
Of course, I'm a detective after all. They gave me a locker that only I can open, pal.
Only you can open?
I'll always believe in Mr. Edgeworth no matter what happens.
So, Mr. Edgeworth is with the inquiry committee now, right?
He didn't handle committee well. But they're trying to figure out who's responsible for the mess up in court here today.
I see.
Yes, this is what you call fate. Yes, the Edgeworth just can't get away from that case.
That case?
Yeah, that case. SL9 incident, of course. That was the beginning of the end for Mr. Edgeworth.
Maybe we can get him to tell us more about the case.
This place is more high-tech than you might think. Every lock is so fixed so that only one detective can open it. Using their ID card, which is what you're supposed to say.
Using their ID card?
Well, that's the thing, pal. ID cards can be lost. Well, I'm on my third card since entering the force already.
Sounds like a lot.
Yeah, but even I can't lose my own right hand.
Very questionable on that one.
Yeah.
Hey, now, I'm not gonna lose my right hand. I might pawn it off when I need money, but no, I wouldn't lose it.
Right hand. Oh, you mean your fingerprint?
Exactly, pal. Locker is coded with a fingerprint. So the only locker we can open is our own.
And I'm spying a face we're gonna get to meet later.
Oh, is that a love interest of his?
You'll find out when she appears.
I see, so love interest, got it.
Oh, her.
I'm guessing not in this game, but in a later one.
Mm-hmm.
Funny. They look like normal lockers.
Here's that last model. There's a trick to the handle, say.
The handles?
On the other side, the handle's the sensing if the wrong person touches it.
Does it, you get a shock?
If that's what happened, my hand would be black and smoking every day. In the case the locks aren't that obvious. Even some people on the force that don't know about the fingerprint locks. Oh, let's look in his locker. Yeah, 'cause we haven't done this, like, the normal looking around.
Wow, look at this big pile of junk in the corner.
That looks like a car door.
There's a pair of handcuffs attached to the frame.
Okay, what kind of weird-ass kink has Satoshi been getting up to now?
You don't want to know.
I promise he hasn't tried car jam yet.
You have twice.
Really?
Yes.
As I go back through the notes, that's everything. That's a Phoenix.
Shoes on there.
Maybe the guy they caught was some sort of escape artist and he got away?
Hey, that's one of those human profiles for range testing.
He's been shot square in the forehead.
Better him than us.
There's something sticking out of here.
Looks like a shirt. I guess it must be evidence for some case.
I wonder if Detective Gumshoe put this here.
There you go, pal, making me out to be some kind of slob. That's not very nice. I'm not responsible for evidence here. That said, that evidence locker was open recently.
How do you know?
You believe things hanging out like that, the evidence gets dirty or red. God checks on that kind of stuff and notifies the executive responsible. How many times have I had him breathing down my neck about some silly evidence?
Sounds like Detective Gumshoe leaves evidence hanging out in the open a lot. Dear God, don't make a joke.
I bet he doesn't tuck in his shirt under that trench coat either.
We're gonna talk behind someone's back, don't do it right in front of them, pal.
This place is stuffed with evidence, stuffed with dreams.
I'm not so sure about the dreams.
It won't open.
Did you really think it would?
Hey, pal, all security is high tech around here.
Some sort of bulky equipment is gathering dust here.
Sorry looking fishing pole, that is.
Oh, that's my personal pole.
I believe we are already experienced with this one.
Uh-huh. I never got around to using that.
Wait, I've seen that somewhere before.
Right, pal, that's that milk detector you were using. The one that led Stove in that case, out on gold, remember?
Alright. Wow, that feels like it was ages ago.
Then where's Rocket?
And, I don't think I've seen this one before.
Oh, that's a bug sweeper. I'm sure it will come in handy and solve for some case sooner or later.
That cheap-looking box?
Can't judge a person old machine by the cover, you gotta look at the hull. Assume now we look at the blood pile. There we go. Now we can look at the shards.
Wow, so looks at the beak to make all those pieces.
Yeah, Detective Gumshoe, perhaps?
There we go, pal. Make me out to be some kind of hooligan. That's apparently from the case.
Okay.
The SL9 incident, pal. See the sticker on one of the pieces here.
What piece of SL9 evidence? I wonder what shape these pieces were in before whatever it was broke.
You want to try to put it back together?
Ah, good luck, pal. That's no job for amateurs. Well, I spent a good 3 hours on that before I had to give up.
That's why I always carry around a tube of glue.
Now this piece looks like the bottom. Let's try putting the rest in place. Alright.
Are we actually gonna have to do this? Oh my.
Pass the crazy glue.
I think that piece goes right there. The one that you had previous to the right. Not the one. When you put a piece on, is it forcing you based on its set?
shouldn't have right clicked. Yep. We can examine some of the rest of the area here late as we're working on it. Oh, dang it! Double click there.
What I saw is paint something.
Since dawn time, true art has always been a war against oppression.
True art. I noticed that there's blue and yellow paint here.
Perhaps we're witnessing the birthplace of the Blue Badger.
Well, you might say this is my studio.
Here, in the evidence room.
Someone left a glove here, but only one.
Detective Gumshoe, maybe?
There you go, pal. Make me it be some kind of absent-minded detective.
Anyone want to say it? I don't.
That's evidence from the case, you know.
SL9? Does have a tag on it. Oh. The tag says SL911. This is another piece of evidence from that case.
You know, I never did care for the word tag. It's confusing.
Huh? What's so confusing about that?
Do you know how many other words sound like it? Bag, gag, nag, lag, zag.
Zag? Is that a word?
Do you challenge me?
What, are we playing a word game now? What's this? Blood?
A little warm, but that's definitely a handprint here.
Looks like someone tried to wipe it off.
Mr. Wright, if there are other bloodstains left in this room.
We should use our testing hood to check it out. Way
Okay, we
ahead of
already-
you there.
Yeah, already did that. Look, this one's open, and the red indicator light above the door is lit.
That lock is coded with Detective Goodman's fingerprint.
Detective Goodman's locker.
Are you sure it's okay to leave it open like that?
Won't be hard to get it open again if you close it.
It's empty. Let's stay in the contents elsewhere. Okay. Now then, this is going to take us to this particular corner.
I think that piece just goes on without rotating. No?
go. Okay. All right, that one was a good one. Missing a piece.
Huh? Well, I think we did it, but some of the pieces are missing.
Yeah, I got that fire too in 2 minutes myself. Promised finishing it.
Some pieces stolen?
I bet they were missing to begin with.
Still, doesn't look like the most stable kind of jar.
Kind of understand how it got broken.
I don't know.
Could you take a look at this? This is the ID card record of the people who came in on the day of the stabbing.
Ah, I heard the rumor. Whoa.
What is it?
That second number.
It's not your ID number, is it, Detective Gumshoe?
Mr. Edgeworth.
What?
Second number on that list belongs to Mr. Edgeworth.
What?
I wish Edgeworth had come to the evidence room.
Allow me to say one thing, speaking as a detective. I see a piece of evidence I know nothing about, I say nothing.
I figured since you've had to fill out so many of these, you probably would have something to say about it. That's fine.
You did it, Spawn Pal.
Oh, interesting. No, wait, we already showed this to him.
I say next up would be the guy over in That's in being held up at the moment. The shifty guy.
One of the locations you're supposed to go.
Officer Meekins, could you take a look at this?
I'm sorry, sir. Real sorry, sir, but I have no idea what that is. Maybe you should ask Mr. Edgeworth, sir. He's passing the buck, Mr. Wright.
Takes a special kind of man to pass the buck to Edgeworth.
Well, this place is as classy today as it was yesterday.
And I'm sure it'll still be just as classy tomorrow, Emma. Incidentally, Edgeworth's not here.
I'm sure he's off doing important investigations.
I hope that's what he's doing. Guess I'll have to come back.
Well, what if we showed her the list of numbers?
Worth a shot. Could you take a look at this? Yes? Looks like that's a no on this one.
It's, you still have something to do with Mr. Dick Gumshoe.
Maybe we need to talk about the locker with a bloody handprint on it.
You have to present the ID card.
I keep on forgetting about that one.
Ask the victim to take good news ID card. These days, everything's piled with the numbers up and never a lie.
That's only because you always lose your card.
I always forgot my secret number. Ooh, scary, huh? My face should be ID enough. What's the world coming to?
Detective Gumshoe, rebel against the system. Okay, so show them the ID card.
Let's see what's supposed to happen. After clearing all talk options, examine in the rubber glove. There must be something that you need to get from the rubber glove.
Maybe inside the glove. See if we can look inside of it.
So far, the only thing I've managed to find is the tag.
Yeah, because it says after clearing all examination. Play sure is presented ID card record.
Yeah, you presented the ID card record.
Because he is supposed to trigger that he has to leave.
Hmm.
This is my crowning achievement, my masterpiece, you might say. But art is always misunderstood, pal. Use that, Scorpio.
I said art.
Yeah, it didn't pick you up.
Art?
He was danced proudly on the day of the war ceremony. There's a lot of people coming and going after ceremony. They took the blue badge away for a while.
Really? Why?
They said it was shameful or something like that. Shameful. I toiled night and day.
I sympathize with Detective Gumshoe, but I can see why they moved it. Put these pieces together, it makes a jar.
There are two things that bother me. One, why are some of the pieces missing? Two, doesn't it seem a little unstable? No wonder it broke.
I'll make sure to remember that next time I make a jar.
Maybe now we talk to him. Now everything's cleared.
Just going over once more, a fine-tooth comb.
That's the door we just came through.
Looks like you don't need an ID card to get out.
I would happen if Officer Marshall cut the power while we were inside.
Let's hope he remembers we're in here.
Well, if that happens, miss, we're eating right though.
There's gotta be something we've not... No,
You can show him the glove. Can't open lock if your fingerprints doesn't match. If you can't open it, they'll give you 50 cents.
Note, police department lacks faith in its lock system.
After all, Detective Goodman was stabbed here after opening his locker. At the same time, was found dead over at the prosecutor's office. Maybe show him the floor plan?
Yeah, we've gotten the point of an Ace Attorney investigation where, okay, we have no idea what the fudge we're doing wrong and what we need to do. We're just trying everything to see what sticks.
Uh-huh.
I'm mean, at this point, I'm literally like looking at the manuscript, which technically has what you're supposed to do as well on it.
Let's see, what we're supposed to find on the actual gloves? Dave Goodman's note and that switchblade. Nah. But Edgeworth was most surprised to anyone.
Because of the SL9 SL9 connection?
That was Mr. Edgeworth's first big case, 2 years ago. His first time word knew Edgeworth was a man to be feared.
But why would evidence from that case turn up now?
It's not over, pal. Maybe there's some loose ends left on that case. That's holding the stuff.
Oh.
Anything you can tell us about it?
That Miss Star's quite the lady. Well, I remember it was when I was 16. He was the only one who ever got me to talk about what happened.
16? That's how old I am now. What happened?
I wonder if Detective Gumshoe wore a trench coat in high school, too.
Okay, I found it. When they said examine the clay shards, it doesn't mean look at the clay shards like that. It means physically open the thing and actually examine.
Ah.
So you have to open the vase and look at it.
Derp.
Hey look, they're hard to make out, but there are some dark red stains here.
Looks like blood.
Do you think Detective Blood somehow got on this when he was stabbed?
Not likely. This blood looks like it's been here for months, maybe longer. This jar was evidence in the SL9 incident. That might be when the blood got on it.
Huh? This thing doesn't have a bottom.
That's weird.
I wonder which side is up.
Better yet, what's the purpose of a bottomless jar?
At least it doesn't collect dust inside, right?
Oh.
And I think that's the jar examined.
There it is.
Now that was a bloody violent case.
Violent. So it was a murder?
A serial killing.
A serial killing? Maybe I don't want to get involved in this after all.
The killer made a mistake and Mr. Edgeworth built his case around that to nab them.
And this was 2 years ago?
That put Mr. Edgeworth right in the spotlight and started the rumor mill.
Rumors? About forged evidence?
Supposed to be all cleaned up and transferred the other day. It was the last job he ever did. It could have been that is.
Huh? What do you mean?
Detective Goodman was the detective in charge of the SL9 incident.
So, that switchblade knife.
Victim took the knife out of the evidence locker himself?
Have a look at the time.
Was there something you needed to be going to?
It's just that Mr. Edgeworth's inquiry committee should be letting out soon. Oh, good. We can go see him. I'm gonna give him my report for today.
Oh. And that's another thing that's going to be coming up in the future.
A restaurant? Huh. I see. The ominous laughter. I'm guessing we need to be worried about that. Might help you, no?
Report, you mean the note written on the back of that flyer?
The one that says nothing but no problems? I feel like this is a nice little thing where if you've gone back to play the earlier games after playing more than series, this feels like a nice little setup and payoff that you'll get later.
Nice. Hey, it's Mr. Edgeworth we're talking about. I'm sure he can use a report like this. I believe in him.
Who needs enemies when you got friends like Detective Gumshoe?
Hey, that's mean. I'm off, pal. Later.
I should probably see what Edgeworth has to say too.
Good question.
So how far in this case do you think we are?
Good question.
Like, from the High Prosecutor's Office, there's a good bit of scrolling left.
Oh.
So, yeah. There is
Hey,
no
no,
way we're gonna... I doubt that we're gonna be able to get another trial in after this.
And,
Oh, no.
What's he doing here?
guests, my apologies.
Oh, it's you.
Have we
What
met
even-
somewhere?
What even is that supposed to be, Scorpio?
You see where that gray box is?
Yes.
That space between there is how much scrolling of, like, notes. And that's not all the options on Collapsed that we have to go.
It's a big case.
What's this asshole doing here?
He's being pretentious.
Huh?
Carrying his little tea set. Mr. Edgeworth, I beg your leave. So long.
Is Edgeworth here?
Standing by the window, a teacup in his hand. Being a pretentious asshole.
Right. He has the hotel bring him tea service?
Mr. Edgeworth, you're back from the district prosecutor inquiry?
I am. By the way, Detective Gumshoe was looking for you. Ah, yes. He brought me the latest information, it seems.
Really? Was it helpful?
Apparently, a new French restaurant is opening near here. I think he was trying to console me somehow. The real info is on the other side, Edgeworth.
Mr. Edgeworth, I think this whole thing is really taking a toll on him.
So, how did the inquiry committee go? Actually, they decided to treat this not as a case of concealing evidence, but as a communications error during the investigation.
Concealing evidence?
Yes. Apparently, there are some who believe that I concealed evidence. They gave me a warning. You are lucky this time. Again. Again? I heard them say that so many times. Ever since that case 2 years ago. Are you okay for the trial tomorrow? Well, I'm still the prosecuting attorney, however. Something happened? They gave control of the investigation over to the police department.
The police department?
Yes. Any further investigation for this case will be directed by the Chief of Police, Gant. I can do nothing but wait for his results. I see. Why, I ask you, why? All along, I've only done what I believe is right. I have nothing to be ashamed of. But still. Wow, I've never seen him this out of sorts. Alright, I better check this now. As I was saying, What's this? A record of ID card usage? Edgeworth, you went into the evidence room that day, didn't you? Just before the incident occurred, no less. Yes, that's true.
Why, Mr. Edgeworth?
Please don't look at me like that. I was asked to go. By Chief Gant, no less.
The chief of police?
He wanted evidence for a case that wrapped up half a year ago. He told me he wanted me to keep it here in the prosecutor's office. But it was solved, right? It would have to be if the evidence was already filed. The chief is never one to explain himself. In any case, on the day of the stabbings, I brought this back here.
Can I ask what kind of cause it was? Case was? Shut up.
I can't say. It really has nothing to do with the current case. I'm curious about this other case. Can I make a note of it? Stubborn as always. I told you this has nothing to do with the current case. I might as well I'll make a few percents. Right, please. I'm the prosecutor on this case. You don't expect me to sit here and discuss the case with you over a cup of tea. I'll pass on the tea. Just tell me about the case.
Mr. Wright, Mr. Edgeworth just told you no, in a very polite manner.
Who's side are you on, anyway? Maybe if I just show him my best evidence, I can get some reaction out of him. I'm starting to think that, unless I've missed something again, that might be the last of it for talking with Edgeworth at the moment.
Let's see. You have to present the victim's note or switchblade.
I know you. You've probably got a hold of some information already, right? It all has to do with that case you were on. The SL9 incident. And some dark suspicion you were wrapped up in. You are the man who revived the worst memory of my life. I figured I'd be telling you about this sooner or later. You must be talking about his father's murder in that elevator. Okay, Edgeworth, why don't you tell me about it? Tell me the truth. The SL9 incident was a heinous serial killing case. The head of the investigation was the Deputy Chief of Police at the time, Damon Gant. That wacky old coot was involved in the case 2 years ago too, then. He was a top officer, and it was my first time working with him. I was nervous.
Wow, you get nervous too, Mr. Edgeworth?
What I want to know is, why was the Deputy Chief of Police on the investigation? In truth, I used slightly more extreme methods than normal. We were dealing with a vicious murderer. If I let him go, the blood would be on my hands. We won our guilty verdict, and the killer was executed. Wait, you didn't... Of course not! I didn't touch the evidence! Yes, I will do anything in my power to win a trial. However, I do have a code, and I follow it faithfully. By the way, Emma, the chief prosecutor wanted to know something.
My sister? What?
If you are still studying forensic science...
Huh? Yes, of course. Why, just today, Mr. Wright and I were using this.
Luminol testing fluid, Well then, you might have use for this.
Aluminum powder for fingerprints?
It's been chemically treated for better adhesion.
Oh.
For me? Are you sure? We are the enemy, you know?
I have no say in today's investigation. Do as you will. Edgeworth, I'm really... No need to thank me. Here, take your powder and these fingerprint files for everyone involved. Thanks. How about giving these to Detective Gumshoe as well?
Hey, Dad, I lost them.
Let's get going. One last investigation.
Right.
So I say now we go back to that handprint.
I do seem to remember seeing a suspicious handprint somewhere.
Interesting.
gonna try it on here just to see if we can. See if there's anything there. Nope, negative there. Worth a shot. Oh, wrong button. Wait. I think that was the wrong button again. Or wait, never mind. I don't think we can check the blood that's around the phone. So
Yeah. Also, with the phone, we know who did that.
our investigation turned up a suspicious handprint.
Here is the detective's evidence locker.
Let's use the secret weapon we just borrowed.
Right, let's get started. First, choose a finger.
A finger?
Each finger leaves behind a slightly different imprint. So let's choose the finger that will have left behind the clearest print.
I really can't tell the difference at a glance.
Quit procrastinating and choose a finger. I'm either feeling the pointer or the thumb.
Probably the thumb.
Okay, it's time to check for prints. Let me show you how it's done.
Emma's starting to get that sparkle in her eyes.
First, we sprinkle the aluminum powder around.
Huh? How do you do that?
With enter, see? Press enter.
Yeah, looks like that did the trick.
The aluminum powder adheres completely to the print. Once the powder is well spread, just blow away the excess.
Huh? How do I do that?
Yeah.
Well, that's how they get around not having a DS mic.
Also, they missed a goddamn good joke that would have been hilarious. Press B to blow.
Ha!
No, it should have been D.
Imagine you're blowing out the candle on a birthday cake, see?
Wow, that looks like fun. That takes some getting used to, though.
It's fine. It won't go up your nose or anything. Most of the time. You just pour the powder on thick and blow away the extra. Those are the basics of fingerprinting, Mr. Wright.
It's better give it a try.
That's a lot.
Laying it on thick.
Oh,
Hey,
okay.
you did it! You found one.
This looks nothing like a fingerprint.
Now that you mention it, I guess it doesn't.
What does it mean?
I think it means we're out of luck.
Out of luck.
The person who left this handprint must have worn gloves.
Don't tell me we've been wasting our time here.
Hey, calm down. That's just the way it goes sometimes with scientific investigation.
Well, we have one more hand to look at.
Was one of my lines skipped?
Probably.
I think maybe.
No.
Oops.
Looking at the locker door again closely, it seems like there are fingerprints outside the bloody handprints as well. Let's see if we can find a clear print. While we're at it, why don't we look for other prints?
Other prints?
I guess I read too far. That's where that's supposed to be that I just read. Seems like there are fingerprints outside the bloody handprint as well. Let's see if we can find a clearer print. Hey, a print so clear, it's dazzling.
Dazzling?
Anyway, this print took a lot of effort to find. Let's match it up right away.
So we're not done yet? This is quite a process.
Well, there's no point in finding a fingerprint. And not knowing who the owner is, right?
I guess she's right.
Look at the fingerprint data we got from Mr. Edgeworth. And point out the pattern you think left this prints.
Huh? How am I supposed to know who it was?
I can make a pretty good guess. The bloody handprint and the fingerprints are in a different place, right? That means that the prints probably don't have anything to do with our case. So whose fingerprints would we most likely find on this evidence locker?
It was Meekins all along.
Are these prints belong to Detective Gumshoe? Something wrong, Mr. Wright? You gave me this so what look.
I guess that's because I was thinking. Probably because I was thinking. So what?
Okay, so we
it's probably
came
gonna
up
be the
with nothing this time, but there's always next time.
It'll probably be the one on the far left.
Sometimes you hit, sometimes you miss. You gotta roll with the punches, Mr. Wright.
Thanks for the sympathy. Wait, if I remember correctly, there's one other handprint in this room. Let's check it out.
Yes, then it'll be the sus's handprint all along.
This is where we got a luminal fluid reaction, right?
Right, there was a handprint here. Okay, wanna try using this?
There go her eyes sparkling again. Okay, let's check for prints.
That's the spirit. Oh, but I have to warn you about something first.
What?
The area with blood was wiped away, right?
We only ended up finding it using chemical means.
Any prints of that area will have been wiped away too.
Oh, right. So that means no prints.
Would you say the probability of your hypothesis is high?
Don't ask me!
Anyway, we must try to find it. The prints that weren't wiped away.
Prints are the ones left by the bloody hand. Give it my best shot.
That kind of result won't be any good for matching prints, will it? But it doesn't look like we'll...
But it doesn't look like we'll get a clear result from this print.
Okay, let's try a different finger then.
Yeah, lay down a sec. The entire screen.
Yes, cover the entire screen.
I've only been half paying attention because I haven't really been seeing anything. What the fuck's going on here? I come back and see
What's
what...
the finger?
Well, nickname Nate is putting down the cocaine so she can start it.
Why did I know you were going to be making that kind of a joke?
I mean,
Well,
come
just
on, we're
look at
pressing
it,
B
you're
to
putting-
blow.
You're putting down white powder. The only thing
Notice
you're
it's a
missing is the
powder.
razor blade.
At least it's a powder, not a fluid.
Oh, we already used the fluid.
I shouldn't have said anything.
Marshall. Yeah, Nickname, you haven't had much of a go this time around, have you?
I haven't had any.
To speak to 3 people so far in this one episode, it's killing my voice.
I mean, given how much Nickname has had to do so far, I'd say they've earned a little rest.
Thank you, Nay.
Indeed.
I unfortunately don't get any kind of a rest because
Well, I
I'm
mean,
a
you have
schemer.
main character syndrome.
Yes, there is no rest for the wicked.
Hey, these fingerprints, they...
Whose are they? Whose? Is it someone I know?
It's Officer Marshall.
Dun dun
Huh?
dun.
Officer Jake Marshall?
It was me all along, kids.
That's gotta be a coincidence. He's not involved in the crime.
Emma. This is decidedly different from Detective Gumshoe's prints. The luminol reaction, the blood, and the fingerprints are in the same place.
Oh. Oh.
So we have Jake Marshall's fingerprints on a wiped blood stain.
But why would Officer Marshall...
Looks like our investigation is finally turning up some results. I guess this is what you'd call decisive evidence.
I don't believe it. And that is the end of part 3.
So, how about we go into that court case?
No way.
I'm looking at the court case scrolling.
Not at
'Cause-
this point. Because we're at 3 hours and 50 minutes.
I mean, let me put this into perspective. That right there is the scroll bar for the court case. That's how big it is. And this is not all the options expanded. And to scroll that with it using the mouse wheel is like at least a couple minutes. Maybe a minute. It's a good 30 seconds.
Yeah. We are not getting through that trial in this stream. So, yeah. We can wrap things up for now, and next time, we'll have both the former and the latter of the next trial. Because, yeah, the latter of the previous trial only ended up being about an hour. And just this investigation took almost 3. So, woohoo! Yeah, we've got a
And
lot.
it doesn't help that for a moment it was looking like we were probably going to get stuck on like the puzzle. Like I had the order of the pieces for the jar if you got stuck there any longer.
Yeah.
What order to do it.
But, yeah, we got something to look forward to, because, again, when we return, we'll have a fresh trial to go into, both halves of it, which means we're going to have a lot of twists and turns coming up as we try and figure things out.
I mean, to put it into perspective, we are at the halfway point of this episode. There are 3 more parts we gotta do.
So we got the trial former, trial latter of the current trial section. We've got the third investigation, and probably a former and latter trial of the next trial that comes after that.
Yep.
So yeah.
And I have this feeling that this investigation is going to also be another 3 hours.
So theoretically, we potentially have another 3 streams, because if the investigation is going to be 3 hours or so like this one was, that's big enough for a stream in and of itself. I mean, our original goal of trying to get at least an investigation and a trial in, it worked for the earlier ones where things were a lot shorter, but these endgame ones get so long that, yeah, we can easily handle just the trial by itself and just the investigation by itself with how long they run. But,
I mean, putting it into perspective, we ended up cutting in the trial like halfway through it. Didn't even finish it.
Yeah, because our 1-in-1 didn't account for a trial that was split in 2. So, yeah. We've got things to look forward to.
Indeed.
To be honest, I haven't played this case fully to the end, so I didn't even know they were going to split it in 2. Because, I mean, I know in case 4, they did do the thing where it rolled into putting Edgeworth on trial after Von Karma, but I didn't know that they legit split the trial. At a halfway point.
So, yeah. We got a decent bit more left to go in this game before we can potentially open the door for the next game in the Phoenix Wright series. So let's solve this case first. So, a big thanks as always to everyone that comes into the call. Scorpio or nickname, always a pleasure.
Always happy to.
Happy to be more support.
Again,
Of course she needs someone to back me when I start going on the tangents of the Santa Claus.
Why perish a thought?
Either that or he's here to throw the bed at me.
That too.
Yep. And thanks to everyone who came by to watch. I hope you all had a wonderful time. And until the next one, y'all take care now. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.